So if you guys been on the internet lately, or just been around Twitter, or I guess just the internet lately, then you guys probably know the term thirsty, or if you've seen the term thirsty, thirsting, and you've just seen it's like something like, oh, this person is thirsting after this one, or this person is like, this guy is thirsty, this girl is thirsty, something, you need a glass of water. And I'm basically just gonna give you guys my own personal thoughts about thirsting and being thirsty and stuff like that. This video probably might not even be long, just because there's really not much to say about the term thirst. There's just not a lot to say, and I could easily stretch this video into like 10 minutes, but then I'm just gonna end up repeating myself like 10 times, and we all know I already do that normally, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to repeat myself multiple times, even though I'm doing it right now. But yeah, my own personal opinions on thirst. First of all, if you guys don't know what thirst means, basically it means that someone is, I guess, desperate. Like, I looked it up in Urban Dictionary because I wanted to try to get the best definition of thirst without using an example, because it's like, I don't know, I just want to try to get a nice definition without using an example. That's just it. But I guess it would be better if I gave an example. So an example of being thirsty, let's say you're on Twitter, and let's say a straight male is on his feed. You're following them, by the way. Let's say on his feed there's like a bunch of like really hot and seductive women on his timeline and shit, right? And of course he's probably gonna retweet it and favorite and stuff like that. And he's gonna favorite and retweet all of them. It's gonna like everything that's in his feed, favorite, retweet. All the girls that are in his feed, favorite, retweet. That is being thirsty, because it's just like, wow. It's hard to explain. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's a pretty damn good description of someone being thirsty. I guess another description of someone being thirsty is like, they're like super, I wouldn't say super duper affectionate, but they're super duper like, what's the term? I'm trying to think of another term to use other than thirsty, but it's like there's nothing I can use. They're basically, I guess, someone else's lapdog or something like that. I guess they're like whipped. Okay, it's like they're whipped, but it's more of, they're just like, it's like lusting after someone, I guess you could say. So it's like being whipped and then lust and then being desperate, like all thrown together, in my personal opinion. And that is basically the definition of thirst and being thirsty. And you don't want to be thirsty. I wouldn't say being thirsty is all bad, but being like openly thirsty in like a public like area, or on a public social networking website, can be pretty bad, because then it kind of gives you a bad reputation. Believe me, I've seen people like openly thirst, and then literally their reputation for being thirsty is their reputation is just gone. It's like down the freaking drain. Literally, if you mention their name, the first thing that comes to mind is thirst, and that is that's somewhere you don't want to be. That's just something you don't want to be. Or better yet, another example, I guess, is like, let's say a guy is, I don't know, he's just let's say he's talking to like a bunch of girls or something, and then he just kind of lusts after each girl that he talks to. I guess that's an example of being thirsty as well. It's really hard to describe thirst, but at the end of the day, don't be openly thirsty. I wouldn't want to be openly thirsty. I wouldn't want anyone else to be openly thirsty either, because first of all, it's really embarrassing to look. It's embarrassing. It's just really embarrassing. It's like you're putting yourself out there, and it's just like, no, don't do that. Second of all, it's really bad for the people that watch you be thirsty, because then it's just like, oh, stop, please. And it's an easy way to get muted or blocked on Twitter, so I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't do that. And then, like, third, it's just, you don't want to look desperate, really. I mean, I don't know, you just don't want to seem desperate, because looking desperate like that is just, I don't know, in my eyes it's kind of pathetic. But at the same time though, I mean, you can, I mean, feel free to thirst. I mean, if you want to be thirsty and thirst after people, go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying there are definitely consequences when it comes to being openly thirsty like that. And I'm not saying you can't be thirsty at all, you know. I mean, you can be thirsty. I mean, sometimes I am thirsty. I'm thirsty after my girlfriend because it's like, well, she's my girlfriend, so I'm gonna fucking thirst after her. You know, if you're like in a relationship or something, you should be more than, I mean, you should be thirsting after your partner every fucking day. That's pretty much it. Like, I mean, that's all I can really say about that. If you're dating someone, yeah, I mean, you could be thirsty. Now, of course, with that being said, you don't want to put your thirst on Twitter because that's not a good thing to do. Because when you cloud people's, like, if let's say everyone is following you and your significant other, and then you two are tweeting each other back and forth, like really, not, I wouldn't say private stuff, but things that are just like, it's like they're flirting all over the timeline. It's just like, no, that's, y'all two are so damn thirsty. Take your thirst elsewhere. That's essentially what happens. So if you're ever gonna try to be thirsty like openly or something, I mean, you'd be thirsty in like small doses on Twitter, but if you want to be openly thirsty, but I wouldn't go as far as clouding people's feeds with it, because that is not a good thing. And I mean, it's your Twitter, you do what you want, but you gotta also think about your followers too, because sometimes it gets out of hand and then people step in and then you get drama, and it's just not a good thing. Believe me, I've seen it before. I've seen it many times, and I'm just trying to warn people right now. I'm just trying to warn them. It's not really good to be thirsty, openly thirsty, and like creepily thirsty too, especially being creepy. Like when you're like, if, oh my goodness, like there's a point where you can be creepily thirsty and it's not good. Like, let's say like you are on Twitter and you see this hot girl or something, or you see like one of your friends and she takes like a really good picture or some shit, and you just take that picture, save it, and then you just put it in the thirst folder and you just look at it and you just like drooling or some shit. It's just like, bro, like, bro, you're gonna have to stop that, dude. No. But that's basically my personal opinion on thirst. I mean, I wouldn't say thirst is all bad, but at the same time though, you don't want to be openly thirsty, because things can go bad if you are openly thirsty. And I don't know, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or something, shoot, go thirst after them, because they will more than likely enjoy your thirst. But let me know what you guys think about the whole term thirst or whatever. I mean, honestly, it is kind of a stupid term, but that's just how the internet works. You got a word, and it has a definition, and then it's just like, well, it becomes the norm, and then there's really nothing you can do about it except for wait until the word dies out. So I mean, thirst is it's a stupid concept, really. It really is. I mean, and then there's some, you know, sometimes being nice can be mistaken as being thirsty too. And when you're in that kind of situation, it kind of just sucks, because then you're labeled as being thirsty when you're actually just genuinely being nice. And that's one other thing that kind of sucks too. So it's just, I don't know, thirst is really complicated, but it's really stupid at the same time. But it's the norm of the internet right now, and I don't know, I mean, I say I'm thirsty sometimes for my girlfriend Liz, you know. I mean, I know people who are thirsty. I know people who don't openly thirst. I don't know. This is a very complicated subject. It's just thirst. How is it so complicated? Like, damn, just get a glass of fucking water. I don't fucking know. Just get some water, get some Gatorade, quench your thirst, get some Powerade. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know anymore, you guys. Just don't thirst. I guess just stay quenched. Stay fucking quenched. That's all I can tell you. Just stay fucking quenched. I don't even know. I'm gone. Goodbye. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like. It does help support the video. The channel makes me a very happy guy, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. Peace.